ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रीमेधा दक्षिणामूर्तिस्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Namaste everyone.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. So we are seeing the signs of Vivekachudamani coming to an end. And the sign is that we have got only 6 students who are eagerly logged in. Others have all taken it, okay, the course is over now. We can take it easy. But one of the things people don't realize, I am going to be very selective in admitting students to the Upanishad classes. And people who have been regularly attending these classes only will be admitted. Others, even if they plead with me, I will tell them very, very politely, please listen to the recordings in YouTube, which will be uploaded. Because as I keep saying, you are signing up, committing to attend something, to do something, and not doing it is not at all a Vedantic practice. If you want to do it, do it. Otherwise, you resign. You say, I am unable to do it, so I will discontinue. Nobody is going to stop you, hold your hand. But attending when you want and not attending when you don't want is total disrespect to the scriptures. That is what I consider. And at least I try to avoid to be a party to such disrespect. So even if there are only 2 students for Veda, this Upanishad classes, I will be happy. 2 serious students, if I teach, I will be very satisfied, rather than teaching 20, semi-committed students. Rather. Everybody has got their own social responsibilities. I don't deny that. But according to me, every such social responsibility, you can actually make them fit or make the Vedanta classes fit into that. Under some totally unavoidable circumstances, that how many will be there? Out of 50 classes, maybe 2 classes, 3 classes, you may be able to attend. Out of 50 classes, 25 classes, you are just missing. I have to go shopping, I have to go here, I have to go there, I got to attend, I am traveling and all that. Then fine, you do all that, why honestly keep the burden of keeping Vedanta, also at one corner of your. So I just wanted, because I was surprised to see, only 6 students, 7 including me today in today's class. So anyhow, we will continue. As I said, even if there is 1 student, I am prepared to teach. Shri Guru Ruvacha Swameva Sarvata Pashyan Madhyamana Swamadvayam Swanandamanubhunjanaha Kalam Nayamahamate. So after completing the teaching, And after knowing that the transfer of knowledge has borne fruit and that the Shishya has become a Jivan Mukta, the Guru is bidding farewell to the student with a piece of advice. He says, "O great one, Mahamate, spend your time seeing the Atma in all situations everywhere, recognizing yourself as the non-dual Atma and enjoying the Ananda of yourself." Here, since the Shishya was a brahmachari, the Guru is advising him to spend the rest of his life practicing Nididhyasanam, not as a sadhana, but as a source of joy and enjoy Jivan Mukti. So the Guru says, Swam eva sarvatah pashyan, as a parivrajaka, free traveler, may you move all over the place. No family, no house, no ashrama, no permanent place. Just travel, go about living on bhiksha. The Guru and the Shastra give full freedom to the Jnani to lead any type of life that he wants. He is free from any type of vidhi or nisheda. And in this context, towards the end of the last class, we were discussing as to what would be the Guru's advice if the student happens to be a Grihastha Jnani. Can he also just leave the house and all and go away? The answer is rules are different for a Grihastha Jnani. Because a Grihastha Jnani plays a combined role, that of a Grihastha and also that of a Jnani. I mean, in some films and all, we see, double role. The same person plays a double role. So as a Grihastha, he has to continue his duties. There are Vidhi and Nisheda for him. He cannot renounce the duties of a Grihastha. As long as he is in the Grihastha ashrama, minimum Trikala Sandhya he has to do. Minimum. Of course, this is only the Shastric duty. Other duties are there. If he wants to renounce, he has to renounce the Grihastha ashrama itself and take up sannyasa. But if he chooses to remain in the Grihastha ashrama, he has to perform his family duties, social duties, Vaidika duties, etc. He cannot say, "Oh, now I have become a Jnani and therefore I will do what I like." He cannot claim that the Shastric and Laukika Vidhi Nisheda are not applicable to him. And that is why I said, a Grihastha Jnani will have to do a lot of pretensions and role playing. There is no choice. Because people around him are interested in the world. They are not interested in Vedanta or Jnanam or etc. So as a Jnani, you will have to go along with the family demands, family commitments, demands of the society, etc. And a Grihastha Jnani has to manage all these things diplomatically. He cannot tell the people also and start talking Vedanta. All this is Maya, Mithya, etc. They won't understand anything. And if you don't do all that, people will complain. They will say, they will accuse, Vedanta has spoiled you. Instead of doing good, it has only done mischief. Not only they will be angry with you, they will also curse your Guru. And therefore, to save the Guru and to save yourself, you have to do a lot of pretensions and practice diplomacy. There is no other way. And it will all come under compassion. It will not be hypocrisy. A sannyasi can say openly, I am not interested in the worldly things. He can openly say so. But a grihastha cannot. Therefore, the advice is what Lord Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter. Katasangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasah yajnaya charatak karma samagram praviliyate. All yajnas he has to do. A grihastha has to do all the activities, including the religious activities like Shraddha, Tarpana, Panchamaha Yajna, etc. Maybe, of course, he has the choice to do it at a skeletal level. He need not do it very elaborately. Still, he has to do. And the very performance of those duties is in the form of Loka Sangraha. Because as a grihastha, if he performs his duties, people who observe him will also be inspired to do all these things. So that is Loka Sangraha. He may not be able to teach or wander around. Of course, he may be able to teach to a limited extent, but most of the Loka Sangraha is doing what he has to do as a grihastha. And his karma will no longer be called karma, because when he is doing even Nitya Puja, Nitya Naimittika karmas, he remembers always Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Jigran. Aham naiva kinchit karomi. Aham akarta, aham abhokta. He knows within himself, I am not an ajnani jiva in Dvaita Bhakti. At the end of the puja, he will meditate, this worshipper jiva and the worshipped Ishvara are empirical manifestation of me alone, who am Brahman. Therefore, he is Purna. He does not have to ask anything from God. If at all, he will thank God, say, thank you that I have this knowledge. I don't have Punya Papam. I do not want Punya Papam. I cannot afford to get Punya Papam. Because if I have to get Punya Papam, Karta status is required. I am Akarta. And Punya Papam gathering means what? Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. I don't want that. So all these things a Grihastha Jnani has to bear in mind. Therefore, a Grihastha has to have two channels running simultaneously. And that is why he is a waker, come super waker. It's a hybrid. He has to act as a waker, and alongside he should always be aware that I am a super waker. And the nearest example that we can imagine is, after waking up from the dream, imagine you are going back into the dream again. But this time with total awareness that it is a dream. Not the dreamer. Waker continuing the dream. What will be your understanding of the dream then? I am in the dream, but it's all mithya. This dream is not real. I am a waker. I know that this dream actually is my own creation. And that is the situation of a super waker jnani continuing as a grihastha. Thus, whether one is a sannyasi or a grihastha, he is a jnani. He is mukta. Is mukta hai. Grihastha jnani is also a sannyasi, but not, of course, an external sannyasi. He is an internal sannyasi. And the title for such a grihastha jnani is what? Jnana karma sannyasi. He is neither a vividisha sannyasi nor a vidvat sannyasi. He is a jnana karma sannyasi, as Lord Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita. That's why the 4th chapter itself is titled Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. The whole 4th chapter, Krishna talks about a Grihastha Jnani only. Because Arjuna is a Grihastha. So that is for a Grihastha. Thus, either be a Paribrajaka or continue to be a Grihastha. After Jnanam, these are the 2 options available for a Jnani. But in any circumstance, never forget Advaitam. And the Guru's advice is, in this Advaita Nishtha, Kalam Naya, may you spend the rest of your life, the rest of your Prarabdha, He Mahamate, O great wise student. So with this, the Guru's parting advice is also over. So now this was verse number 104 in our selection, and verse number 525 in the original Vivekachudamani. With this verse, the dialogue between the Guru and Shishya is over. Now from verse number 105, Shankaracharya winds up with Vivekachudamani text. So after the teaching is over, what happens? Shankaracharya now become a reporter. And in the following sloka, he concludes. We will read. Iti shrutva guror vakyam prasrayena kritanatihi satena samanujñatah yayau nirmukta bandhanah. Anvaya is iti guroho vakyam shrutva saha prashrayena kritanatihi tena samanujñatah nirmukta bandhanah yayau. Iti, thus, guroho, of the Guru, vakyam, the words, shrutva, having listened to, saha, he, prashrayena, with reverence, kritanatihi, having offered salutations, having offered namaskarams, tena, him, samanujñatah, being permitted, nirmukta bandhanah, freed from bondage, yayau, went. So being permitted by the Guru, the disciple left after having listened to the words of the Guru and after having offered salutations with reverence. Now the Shishya is leaving. Both the Guru and Shishya have no more conversation between them. The Guru-Shishya dialogue is completed. So now Shankaracharya takes over. So Sutradhar. Therefore, he starts this verse with the word iti. Iti means thus. This is how it happened. Iti is a very important word used in the language. It indicates that the past Guru-Shishya dialogue is over in this context. So this iti is ending the entire Guru-Shishya dialogue, which started from Shishya uvacha durvara samsara davagnitaptam. You remember verse number 21. The dialogue started there. Now verse number 124 in our selection. In the original there are 500 slokas are there. In our selection, from 21 to 104 was the dialogue. So, iti refers to the end of the dialogue. Guror Vakyam Shrutva. Having thus heard the teachings of the Guru, and having also heard the parting advice of the Guru, Prashrayena Kritanatihi. Prashrayena Kritanatihi, we can supply Abhavat to make it a grammatically complete sentence. Prashrayena, reverentially. The Sishya offered Sashtanga Namaskara. Sashtanga Namaskara. Normally we understand. Sashtanga Namaskara means all the 8 angas touching the ground, right from Shira to the toe, touching the ground to do some Namaskara. But recently, somebody has sent me a clipping, not exactly a clipping. In one of the lectures of Acharya Sri Ramanacharana Tirtha, Brahmashri Nochur Venkatraman in his Purvashrama has said that the inner meaning of Sashtanga Namaskara is not a Dandavat Pranam with all the 8 parts of the body touching the floor, but it refers to Ashta Anga of Ashtanga Yoga. Such a brilliant, interpretation. This is how great gurus are there. When you say Sa Ashta Anga, you can interpret it as the Ashta Anga of Ashtanga Yoga. And so Sashtanga means with all the 8 Angas, Yama, Niyama, etc. And when it is said that someone does Sashtanga Namaskara, it means he has crossed over the 8 parts of Patanjali Yoga, 8 stages of Patanjali Yoga, and reached the culmination of Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. Another beautiful interpretation. So a Jnani can also do Sashtanga Namaskara, but in the case of a Jnani, it will be a more informed Sashtanga Namaskara. He has reached the stage of Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. Not merely physically interpreting that as 8 parts of the body touching the ground, touching the floor. This is how, when we listen to great Mahatmas or read their writings, we get new idea, new revelations rather. How the same thing can be interpreted with totally changes our perspective. Anyhow, coming back to the shloka, Prashrayena Kritanatihi. So I said earlier, Prashrayena means reverentially. Kritanatihi. Anatihi means namaskara. Krita means done. So, Prashrayena Kritanatihi Abhavat, past tense, means reverentially Sashtanga Namaskara was done by the Sishya turned Jnani. A real solid Namaskara. You can take it both ways here. 8 Angas touching the floor, and also he has crossed over the Ashtanga Yoga, reached the Nirvikalpaka Samadhi stage. So it's a solid Namaskara. In the beginning, he did a Namaskara as a Samsari. Now he is doing Namaskara as Jivan Mukta. And then he sought the permission of the Guru to leave. And that's what said here, Saha, that Sishya, after Namaskara, Tena Samanugyata. Here also we can supply Abhavat to make it a complete sentence, grammatically complete. He was permitted, Tena, by him, Samanugyata was permitted by the Guru to leave him. So the relationship, the formal relationship has ended. Na bandhur na mitram gurur naiva sishya Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That's all. All this Nirvana Shatkam, Nirvana Dashakam and all. They all suddenly, the meaning becomes very clear to us. So from a Shastric point of view, the Guru-Sishya relationship is over. Of course, from a Vyavaharika Drishti, a Guru will always remain a Guru. As they say, Bhavad Dvaitam Sada Kuryat, Kriyat Dvaitam Na Kutrachit, Advaitam Trishu Lokeshu, Nadvaitam Guruna Sah. Bhavad Dvaitam Sada Kuryat. May you remember Advaitam within yourself only, in your bhava. Always remember that. The reality of the entire prapancha is Advaitam. Kriya Dvaitam na kutrachit. In transactions, there is duality, there is plurality. Respect the differences and relate appropriately. Because after studying Advaitam, a Jnani should not end up as a confused mess. And that is what many people get lost. Jnani will be seeing the differences that you and me see. In Vyavahara, there is no Advaitam. Advaitam Trishu Lokeshu. No doubt, Advaitam is the truth in all three lokas. But Nadvaitam Guruna Saha. Even after Jnanam, when you meet the Guru, the first thing you do is Ashtanga Namaskara. Of course, the Guru does not expect it. A Guru knows that you knows and you also know that there is no essential difference. Guru is Brahman, I am Brahman. But you do Sashtanga Namaskara because a Guru Sishya status, relationship may end, status will never end. So when it comes to a Guru, don't talk Advaitam. Oh, you are Brahman, I am Brahman, why should I do Namaskara to you? Don't ask, do Namaskaram. Na Advaitam Guruna Saha. And therefore here, the Sishya does Namaskara. And the relationship is formally broken. But for worldly purposes, it continues. Then the last sentence, Saha Nirmukta Bandhanaha Yayav. We can also here also supply sun. Sun means being. So, Saha Nirmukta Bandhanaha San Yayav. So, being Nirmukta Bandhanaha, he being Nirmukta Bandhanaha. Nirmukta Bandhanaha means having been released from the bondage, from the bandha. Remember the question of the student. Ko nama bandha hai? And what was the reply or definition given? Verse number 39, if you go back. Atra anatmanyaham iti matihi bandha yesho asya pumsah praptah ajnanat janana marana klesha sampata hetuhu. You remember? So, bandha or bondage was defined as mistaking the anatma as myself. Anatmam manyaham aham anatma manyaham iti. Mistaking myself as anatma. Jiva bhava hai. So Nirmukta Bandhanat means the self misconception is now gone. Nirmuktam Bandhanam Yena Saha. The one who has dropped the shackles for the good. Therefore, as a released Mukta Purusha hai, Yayau. Saha Sishya hai, Yayau. Yayau means he went away. That means hereafter, Sishya is also a Parivrajaka hai. He can freely move about. One stays as a Parivrajaka sannyasi, especially if he has got a danda. Danda means a staff, a stick, I told you, no? As long as a Vidvat sannyasi keeps the danda, the sannyasa ashrama dharma is very important. He has to perform all the duties of sannyasa ashrama dharma. During rainy season for 4 months, he has to stop traveling and stay in one place. Of course, earlier it was 4 months, now it is 4 paksha means 2 months. And observe Chaturmasya Vratam. So such rituals like Chaturmasya Vratam, etc. will have to be observed. Because danda means discipline. Or else, as I said earlier, a sannyasi can choose to do danda visarjanam. He is then a parivrajaka danda rahita vidvat sannyasi. Then whether he follows Chaturmasya Vratam, etc. is no longer relevant. He need not practice any sannyasa dharma. Of course, such parivrajaka sannyasis are very rare now because times have changed. A parivrajaka sannyasi has to live on bhiksha only. He has to go to the villages and seek bhiksha. Today, some of the villagers could be a very serious risk to such sannyasis, life risk. People may beat them up. So therefore, what has happened? All sannyasis are settled in some small, big ashramas in different places. Of course, for the sake of, demonstrating the sannyasa dharma, they also practice Chaturmasya Vratam as though they are breaking their journey. They are continuing to stay in the ashrama only. But they will say, oh, Chaturmasya Vratam I am observing. Chaturmasya Vratam becomes relevant only when you are a Parivrajaka. If you are not a Parivrajaka, where is the question of your traveling and observing Chaturmasya? But what they do now is that during the 2 months, they don't go on any of their travels, etc. Otherwise, they keep traveling. Therefore, the orthodox sannyasis that we find in the sannyasa texts, because for sannyasa also there are texts, sannyasa Upanishads are there, sannyasa dharma nirnaya vidhi. There is a book, sannyasa dharma nirnaya vidhi dharma sangraha. There are rules. And when we read those rules, many of the rules are assuming that the sannyasi is traveling all the time. They even prescribe what type of a begging bowl or bhiksha bowl he should have, how he should shave, when he should shave, what type of footwear he should wear, how many houses he can ask bhiksha from. In fact, now we find that all these sannyasa rules have all become irrelevant. Because sannyasa also has to move with the times. But we have to follow the spirit of sannyasa. We cannot, even if we cannot follow all the rules. Therefore, here the Sishya became a Parivrajaka sannyasi. The derivation of the word Parivrajaka is very interesting. Sarvam Parityajya Vrajati iti Parivrajaka. Parityajya means giving up everything, including residence. In fact, Madhusudana Saraswati, if you all remember, Gita students will remember Madhusudana Saraswati, who has composed the Dhyana Shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. In his Bhagavad Gita commentary or Bhashyam, he says, he defines, how a Parivrajaka sannyasi should be. Kaupina yugalam vasaha kantham shita nivarini paduke dveja chapi grihniyat kuryan nanyasya sangraham. He says, Kaupina yugalam vasaha. Kaupina yugalam means two kaupinams. What is a kaupinam? In Hindi, it is called langot. You can understand as an underwear, right? So only two underwears he is supposed to have. No other dress. Parivrajaka sannyasi. Then kantham shita nivarinim. Some rags for protection from cold in winter, especially in the northern states. Then paduke dveja chapi. Only one pair of paduka, footwear. Not 25 pairs. Grihniyat. A parivrajaka sannyasi should take Kuryan Nanyasya Sangraham. He should not have any association or collection of anything else. No residence, no place of stay, nothing else. Now the question is, if he is going to teach, what about books? No more books. Books are pramanam, means of knowledge, only till I get the prama, the knowledge. Once I get prama, then there are no more pramanam for me. Therefore, whatever he remembers in his mind, that he keeps for nididhyasanam, that he keeps for teaching also. He does not hold on to books also. That then only he can travel. You can't be a parivrajaka and carry 10 kilos of books with you. And this parivrajaka sannyasi concept is unique to Advaitam. Of course, as I said, it is now only, it is remaining as a concept only. We don't have such sannyasis, at least we have not come across such sannyasis. Even if they are there, they may be very few here and there. So, nirmukta bandhana hai yayav. Now the Shishya has gone. Now what did the Guru do? Of course, the Guru loses his Gurudom. He is no longer a Guru because Shishya has finished his course and gone. So what he does is said in the next sloka. Gururevam sadananda siddhyau nimagna manasaha pavayan vasudan sarvan vichachara nirantaraha. I try to change this thing, the meter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I should have listened to the recording and I would have got it. Anyway, next class we'll see. So, evam, the Annaya, evam Guruhu, Sadananda Sindhau, Nirmagna Manasaha, Sarvam Vasudan Pavayan, Nirantaraha Vichachara. Evam, thus, in this manner, Guruhu, the Guru, Sadananda Sindhau, in the ocean of the Ananda of the Sadatma, Nirmagna Manasaha, with a mind drowned in Sarvam, entire, Vasudam, earth, Pavayan, sanctifying, Nirantaraha, always, Vichachara, moved around. Thus the Guru always moved around, sanctifying the entire earth with his mind drowned in the ocean of Ananda of the Sadatma. Evam, in this manner, like the disciple. Just as the disciple left that place, the Guru also left that place. Guru evam. Guru evam and Guru also. In the same manner. Nirantaraha vichachara. Vichachara means roamed, moved about. Nirantaraha means continuously. So when they became Parivrajaka sannyasi, they take a vow. I will be in one place for 1 night or 3 nights or 5 nights or 7 nights only. According to that vow, every other day they must go to another village. If he has taken a vow, I will stay only for 3 days, 3 nights, he can stay in one place only for 3 nights. If it is 1 night, he has to stay only for 1 night. And Nirantaraha means without break. So Parivrajaka Rupena Vichachara. In the form of a Parivrajaka sannyasi, the Guru moved about. Vasudhan Sarvan Pavayan. Whenever he gets an opportunity to teach, when some Sishyas come and seek his knowledge, then he will stay for some time and he shares his knowledge. Or if he is following Chaturmasya Vratam, that is the time he shares his knowledge with the villagers or the Sishyas. Because Chaturmasya Vratam, the Sishya also goes along with the Guru, even though they are not observing the Vratam because they are only Sishyas. But they go along with the Guru if they are learning. In some sense, they get accustomed to this Parivrajaka life. So a Guru, whenever an opportunity comes, he shares the knowledge. Otherwise, he has to use the knowledge for his own nididhyasana. He has to share it only with himself. And then there are people who decide not to teach also. They consider teaching also a type of samsara. It is like developing a relationship. So some people refuse to teach, not because they don't know, it is more about what they feel like. They move about teaching or non-teaching, serving or non-serving. Whatever they do, it is a blessing to the world. If they don't do anything and remain in a cave, observing silence, their very existence in the world is in itself a great blessing. In fact, they become an example to demonstrate that one can live very happily, comfortably, without possessing anything, without doing anything. In one way, you can say they also teach by their very existence, by the simplicity which they exude. Become role models. Therefore, Vasudan Sarvam Pavayan, the entire society, earth or the society, Pavayan, they sanctify, they purify by their mere existence or through their teaching. Whatever they do, it is for Loka Sangraha. In one way or the other, it is always a blessing. Pavayati. Pavayati means purifies. And whatever he does, his mind has got only one preoccupation. Because he does not have any family, any duties to the world, all the time is available for him for immersing in the teaching. So either remembering himself as a Nirgunam Brahma or looking at himself as Saguna Ishvara, looking the whole world as himself, like Lord Krishna claims is Vibhuti in the 10th chapter of the Gita. He will look at these wonderful things in nature and he will admire it. Just as an Ajnani admires, a Jnani also can admire everything. Yet in the background, he has the awareness. All these are my glory. These exist because I have lent existence to them. A Bhakta admires Vishwarupa Ishvara, saying that all these are glories of Vishwarupa Ishvara. Jnani admires the same, claiming that all these are my glories. Is a difference. Admiration remaining the same, there is a difference in relating to the things in the world. Appreciation continues, joy continues. And therefore, Sadananda Sindhav, he is always an ocean of Ananda. Sindhu means an ocean. Nirmagna Manasaha, with his mind. Manasa means mind. Nirmagnam, immersed, soaked, drenched. Like, like gulab jamun, rasagulla and all. They are soaked in the syrup. His mind is soaked in the syrup of Ananda. When Sada, always, ever. So his mind is ever immersed in Brahmananda. The Guru thus moves about sanctifying the earth, sanctifying the entire world, blessing the entire mankind. Continuing. Ityacharyasya shishyasya संवेदानात्मलक्षणं निरूपितं मुमुक्षाणां सुखबोधोपपत्तये. 107th shloka. So Anvaya is mumukshunam sukhabodha upapattaye iti acharyasya shishyasya samvadena atmalakshanam nirupitam. All concluding. Shankaracharya is now doing shutdown, one by one, shutting down. So he says, Mumukshu Dham, of the Mumukshus, Sukha Bodha Upapattaye, for easy understanding, iti thus, Acharyasya of the Guru, Shishyasya of the disciple, Samvadena through the dialogue, Atma Lakshanam, nature of the Atma, Nirupitam was unfolded. Thus, the nature of the Atma has been unfolded through the dialogue between the Guru and the disciple for the easy understanding on the part of the Shishya who is a Mumukshu, who is longing for freedom, liberation. Moksha ichuhu mumukshuhu. So now that the Guru has left, Shishya has also left, Shankaracharya is addressing us. He is now saying what now is happening. He is addressing the students of Vivekachudamani. So he says, iti, in this manner, Atma Lakshanam Nirupitam. Through this Vivekachudamani, through this 578 verses, or through this 106 verses in our selection, Atma Lakshanam Nirupitam. Lakshanam here means Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, nature of Atma, nature of the self. It has been revealed with the help of Shastra Pramanam. How? By showing the mirror of Shastra. Just as I cannot see my face by any amount of effort, by using the eyes, because with our eyes we cannot see our face. Because the seer cannot be seen, the knower cannot be known. Therefore, I have no way of knowing who I am. The only way is I require a mirror called Shastram. Therefore, Shastra Pramanena Atma Lakshanam Nirupitam. My own nature, the nature of myself, has been clearly presented with the help of Shastra, which is a means of knowledge, which is the only means of knowledge for knowing my true self. Atma Vidya has been imparted. And how it has been done? What is the modus operandi? Acharyasya Shishyasya Samvadena. by means of a dialogue between Guru and Shishya. So instead of teaching in general language in the usual manner, like what we are doing now, I am teaching and you are all listening. Of course, we do have a samvada after the class in terms of a satsanga. So samvada means a dialogue. So this teaching has been in the form of a Guru Sishya Samvada. Bhagavad Gita also is a Samvada. Krishna Arjuna Samvada. So Acharyasya Shishyasya Samvadena, through the dialogue, the nature of the self has been revealed. For whom? Shankaracharya is very clear. He says this teaching is not a free distribution of teaching for all and sundry. And that is the problem these days. If anything is freely given, its value goes away. It will not be recognized. And that is what happens with some students in our class also. If I had said that you have to deposit 10,000 rupees in the beginning of the course, and I will mark your attendance, and unless you have got 85 to 90% attendance, this money will be forfeited, then you could have seen what would have been the difference in attendance in the class. Either people will not join, or if they join, in order to get the 10,000 rupees back as a refund after the course is over, they will attend the class and make sure they got 90% attendance. But of course, I'm not lamenting because I'm not the only one who is facing this issue. All acharyas face this issue. That's why we say come to Vedanta with commitment. If you are serious, come. Otherwise, don't waste your time. You are still a samsari. As a samsari, you are totally immersed in laukika things. Unless you have got a very strong inclination for Shastra, don't come here. Because today in YouTube, etc., everything is available. People who make this available, the intentions are good, there are advantages, but the possibility is that their values go down. Therefore, only in Shastra it is said, Aprishtah kasyachit bruyat. Never teach a person unless he specifically asks for it. Then also make it difficult to find out how sincere the student is. Anyway, now after the internet has come, after Zoom and all such applications have come, everything is available. There are good aspects to it, but it has got a flip side also. If you are in an ashram, you will be watched. If you miss the classes, unless you are sick, you will be called and asked what made you not attend the class. You must have a very, very solid reason for that. Because, even when I was in the Gurukulam, we used to have a class on Veda teaching, Veda mantras, Purusha Suktam, Rudram, Chamakam, etc. I have learned everything, all these things, before going to the ashram. And, through a Acharya, I can chant all the mantras. I don't need to learn them again. So I went to the Acharya and told him that I have learned all the mantras. If I get that time, if I don't attend the class, get that time, it will help me in, doing some revision of what I've learned and things like that. And then I was permitted. There is no problem. They said, okay, if you are confident that you don't need to learn anything new from this class, fine. So it is not very strict like that. But having said that, you will be watched. You have to give reason why you are not attending the classes. Just to say, oh, today I will not attend the class is not going to be sufficient. Otherwise, they will say, leave the ashram and go. Go whatever you want to do. Therefore, here Shankaracharya says this teaching is available for whom? Mumukshunam. Only for those who seek moksha. Sukhabodha upapattaye. For clear understanding, effortless understanding. Upapattaye means for getting clear understanding. What he says is that I have summarized the entire Vedic teaching, the Vedantic teaching in this Vivekachudamani for easy and clear understanding of those who seek moksha. That is just telling us this is what is a QED, right? In trigonometry, we used to say when you know, hence the proof or something like that. So that is what is this Shankaracharya telling what he has done. Now comes the concluding verse, which is a big verse. This verse is full of compound words. It is a halwa for Sanskrit students. But it is said that if you are able to break the compound in compound words in Sanskrit, 1,00,000 compound sentences if you break, it will be said that you know Sanskrit reasonably well. Because Sanskrit language, these compound words are one of the features of the language. 4 or 5 words can be combined into one word. So I will have to now figure out what is the meter for this. Samsaradhvani nipa Swansaraध्वनिताप भानुकिरण प्रोद्भूत दाह्य व्यथा खिन्नानाम जलकांक्षया मरुभुवि भ्रांत्या परिभ्राम्यताम अत्यासन्न सुधां बुधिं सुखकरं ब्रह्माद्वयं दर्शयन्ति एषा शंकर भारती विजयते निर्वाण संधायिनी. Very long sloka. We'll just see the Anvaya and also, if possible, the meaning, then continue in the next class. Okay. Anvaya is Samsara Adhvani Tapa Bhanu Kirana Prodbhuda Daha Vyata Kinnanam Jalakankshaya Marubhuvi Brantya Paribhramyatam Sukakaram Atyasanna Sudha Ambudim Brahmadvayam Darshayanti Esha Nirvana Sandhayini Shankara Bharati Vijayate. Samsara Adhvani, in the path of samsara. Tapa Bhanu Kirana Prodbhuda Daha Vyata Kinnanam. Kinnanam, to those afflicted by the burning pain arising from the rays of the scorching sun of Tapa. Jalakankshaya, with the desire for water. Marubhuvi, in the mirage of desert sand. Bhrantya, due to delusion. Paribhramyata, for those who wander about. Sukakaram, producing happiness. Atyasanna Sudha Ambudim, the ocean of nectar, which is very close. Brahmadvayam, the non-dual Brahman. Darshayanti, showing. Esha, this Nirvana Sandhayini, giver of moksha. Shankara Bharati, the words of Shankara. Vijayate, triumphs. So this is the concluding sloka. We will see the explanation. Very beautiful explanation in concludes in the next class. Of course, It won't be the full class. So what I will do is next class, I will conclude Vivekachudamani with this sloka and then start the summary. And then the summary may extend to one more class, which will be on the 29th. Not maybe full class, maybe half class or, half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is. We will conclude Vivekachudamani on the 29th. Okay. This is for all of you. Thank you very much. I'll do the prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavad hai everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Namaste,
you.
Guruji.
Namaste. Thank you.
Guruji,
Thank you, Guruji. Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.
Guruji,
Hmm.
like the way a guru certifies at the end of the thing, that Shishya, you have learned everything, you carry on, I carry on. Now, today's Shishya might become tomorrow's guru. Now, who
Yes.
will certify that he is ready to become a guru? Will there be a group of gurus to certify, yes, you are now fit to become a guru?
See, here also, Guru's role is he will teach.
Okay.
That's the end of it. Whether the Shishya has become a Jnani or not become a Jnani, Guru will not know.
Hmm.
Only the Shishya knows whether he has become a Jnani.
Okay.
Right? So there is no certification by the Guru. Guru will assume that the Shishya has imbibed everything. Guru is not going to be in control of the Shishya after the Shishya leaves. What the Shishya is going to do thereafter, whether he is a Jnani or continues to be a Ajnani, a Guru is not bothered about it. Right? So these are all very subtle things that we have to understand. Guru's role is to take the Shishya to that, assuming he is a Mumukshu, to tell him all that, teach him all that to become a Mukta Purusha. After that, what the Shishya is, whether he has become a Jnani, not become a Jnani, it will all depend upon the Shishya's own understanding. Guru is not going to become a judgmental in this case. He is not going to judge. Oh, you are a Jnani, you say you claim to be a Jnani, but you are doing all these things. Guru will never tell a Shishya. He will leave the Shishya, go and find yourself. Only thing is, if the Shishya himself tells the Guru, thank you very much, like Arjuna tells Krishna in the 18th chapter, I have understood Krishna, I will do what you say. So, like that, the Shishya here says, thank you very much, I have got imbibed everything that you have got. Guru will take him on his words. Guru is not going to test him. Tell me this, tell me that. What is meaning of ko nama bandha hai? Give me an answer to it. It has to be, correct answer as per Vivekachudamani and all. Guru is not going to tell that at all. That is why Vedanta teaching is, you are interested, you come and take the teaching. It is available. If you are not interested, don't disturb the Guru, don't disturb yourself. It is not a course that you, after the course, 3 years, 5 years, you get a certificate that I am now a Jnani. Nobody can certify a Jnani. Jnani knows that he is a Jnani. That is all it is. Sometimes we may get some indication through his behavior. A Jnani cannot be a Jnani if he is attached to all the worldly things. You can't call him a Jnani because he has no Vairagya. He cannot claim that I am doing Loka Sangraha by having my own motorcycle, some very costly motorcycle and traveling in all that and traveling around the world and things like that. and arranging for some TV shows to, tell the people what I know and things like that and all PR promotion and all. A Jnani will not do all those things. So from that itself, from the behavior of a person, you know whether he is a Jnani or not a Jnani. Whether there is any Loka Sangraham involved or not. Where Jnani's only role is what? Loka Sangraham. So if the Shishya is going to follow that, he is a Jnani. So Guru is not going to judge the Shishya at all. He's not going to say you are a Jnani. He can't certify because Jnanam is what he can give. How that Jnanam has changed the Shishya from a Samsari to a Mukta Purusha, Guru cannot certify, Guru cannot know. So that is why the Guru Shishya relationship will end there. But the status of a Guru and the Shishya will remain. Whenever the Shishya comes across a Guru, his Guru from whom he has gone, he will do Namaskara more out of gratitude. What I am today is because of what you taught me. You have given me the biggest Dhanam, Vidya Dhanam. For that I am doing Samskara. I can do Samskara again, as we saw, Puna Namaste, Puna Namaste. I will do again and again Namaskar. That is the status of the Guru. But relationship, no relationship. A Guru will not even go to the world and say, oh, so and so is my Shishya. Like Swami Dayananda Saraswati, he will not claim, hey, Paramananda, he was my Shishya. Sadatmananda, my Shishya. He will never say that. These people will say, oh, Swami Dayananda Saraswati was my Guru. We will take pride in saying he was my Guru, but he will never say he was my Shishya. That is the relationship ends there. So these are all things that we have to understand. Atma Jnanam is only for the self, not for anybody else. And that
is it not like a tree with branches? When the Shishya now tries to become a Guru to teach his Shishya, what is imparting to the Shishya should be true to what he had learned.
Loka Sangraha. That's all. It's for the welfare of the world, whatever he does. Well, one of the very important things in this teaching is he must not give the teaching expecting something from the Shishya. Even the Namaskara. Even the Namaskara, he must not expect. So a true Jnani, nobody, even if Shishya comes, doesn't do Namaskara, he will not ask you, why did you not do Namaskara? He will not ask because he doesn't have even expectation of a Namaskara from the Shishya. Forget money and things like that and all. So
I'm not talking about the material gains. I'm talking about the knowledge.
For knowledge also.
Knowledge which is going to... Yeah. Knowledge is most important. There should be no misinterpretation of this. No, there should be no misinterpretation or representation. What he is trying to teach, what he had learned, and it should not be a mismatch with what he is now going to teach.
Well, that also a Guru will not control. If you have not understood and if you are misrepresenting what you have been taught, that is your problem. The Guru is not going to tell. Suppose a Guru and Shishya are sitting in the same forum. Let us assume a situation. Shishya makes a statement which is not as per what he has learned from the Guru. And the Guru is listening to it.
Okay.
What the Guru will say is that he will not counter the Shishya, but he will actually present it very diplomatically that there is another way we can look at it and he will give the correct interpretation. He will not say the Shishya is wrong, even though he knows the Shishya is wrong. But a Guru with some delicate handling, he will try to manage the situation because if there are different things that people hear, they will also get confused. Normally, in the Guru Parampara, it will not happen. It's a very, very rare,
Okay.
occasion. It may happen because of interpretation. Because how you interpret some of the concepts, it depends on that sometimes. Because why Shishya, what Ramanujacharya writes in Gita Bhashyam is not the same as what Adi Shankara has written, right? There is a difference there itself. So all these issues are there, but between a Guru and Shishya, they will not try to contradict, they will only try to clarify. A Guru will try to clarify if he finds that the Shishya is not saying the correct thing. But all these things, as I said, rare, whenever it happens, a Guru with his maturity will handle the situation very diplomatically.
Carefully.
Nicely. Yeah, very nicely he will handle the situation.
Without upsetting the Shishya.
Without upsetting the students. Because then students will go out and say, hey, what is this great? Guru and Shishya are fighting. I made a mistake by coming here. That should not happen, isn't it? So,
True.
these are all the practical kind of things that we have to remember. But most of the time, very rarely the Guru will be with the Shishya. In fact, if a Shishya is a sincere Shishya and if he is not understood something, or if he says something which he has a doubt, he will immediately, when the Guru is there, he will tell, Guruji, can you please explain this to the student, because you can explain it better than I can explain. A Shishya will make it, in a very, humble way, he will request the Guru to explain when he realizes that maybe he is not sure about something. So that is where the way Shishya will handle it rather. He will not say, I know more than the Guru. Because Guru always will know more than the Shishya in any case rather. Right? So all these things are all practical things. When we come across, we will see these things in operation rather.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Thank you. Namaskaram. Thank you.
Namaskar. Thank you. Any more questions? No hands have gone up.
Guruji, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Guruji. Feeling more and more blessed with every passing shloka that have been, how much I have imbibed, only probably you will know, or the time knows, or the Bhagwan knows, but then feeling blessed that being able to listen to such a beautiful Vedantic knowledge, Guruji. Pardon my ignorance, what is this Chaturmasa Vratam and what's the relationship to Parivrajaka Sannyasis, Guruji?
You see, what happens is, when they go around, Parivrajaka means, as I told, free traveler.
Yes.
He has given up everything. He has got only some 2 sets of dresses and 1 pair of footwear and all, and 1 bhiksha bowl. He will go from village to village and seek bhiksha. And that also, there are rules. How many houses he can seek bhiksha on a day. And only 1 time in a day he can seek bhiksha. That is what his food is for the day. Right? He can't go 3 times a day, give me breakfast bhiksha, lunch bhiksha, dinner bhiksha. No. Only once he can take bhiksha. And how many houses? 3 houses, 5 houses, 7 houses, and all. Because every house may not give bhiksha every day. Suppose he goes to 7 houses and he doesn't get any bhiksha. That's it. He has to drink water and remain on that. Where he cannot break that vow he has taken, I will not go to more than 7 houses. So what happens is, these people walk. And while walking, many times they will be stepping on insects and things like that and all, and killing them without not knowing. Right? It is himsa. And as a sannyasi, he has taken a ahimsa vratam. I will not cause any himsa to anybody, knowingly or unknowingly. But then normally, what happens? We find that on the ground, on the earth, we find more insects during rainy season. Right?
Yes.
When it rains, lot of insects come up from the ground, and there are so many, what they call these worms, and
Earthworm.
so many will be there. So the possibility of the Parivrajaka sannyasi killing them, stepping on them and killing them becomes very high. So in order to prevent that, the Shastra says that this Parivrajaka sannyasi during rainy season should not move about. They should stay in one place so that they don't cause harm to all the earthly insects and all which come out during rainy season. So normally this Chaturmasya Vratam, it used to be Chaturmasya, right? Chaturmasya means 4 months. And that's
Yes.
what normally, like in places in Bombay and all, the rainy season lasts for 4 months. June, July, August, September, 4 months. October only after Ganesh Chaturthi and all, rains subside rather, right? But what happens? 4 months staying in one place, the people where they stay, the people have to take care of the sannyasi. He is not going to be alone. His sishyas are going to be there. And if he's a sannyasi, he has to do all the sannyasi duties also. You know, all the sannyasi related karmas also he has to do. For all that, elaborate arrangements have to be done. Separate place has to be there. Cooking has to be done for so many people and all. All villagers may not have all the necessary, wherewithal for doing all this. So what happened? Somewhere, in Shastra, it is said that a paksham, a masa also can be interpreted as a paksha. So masa means a month, or a paksha also can be taken as a masa. So what nowadays they do, they say 4 pakshas. 2 Shukla pakshas, 2 Krishna pakshas. That means 2 months. And make it a Chaturmasya Vratam.
Okay.
So 2 months they will stay in one place, because then it will be, the whole load will be 50% reduced, isn't it? But then having said that, today we rarely see any Parivrajaka sannyasi. There is no sannyasi who is going from one village to another village seeking bhiksha. Most of the sannyasis, they attach themselves to some ashram, some place. They will stay there. They will have a house and all that, right? All these 2 kaupinam business and all is all gone. They will have enough kaupinams, and they will have somebody washing all that also, ironing that, all that will be there. So that is today's sannyasa. But what I am telling you is the traditional, what the Shastra says. Don't try to now find such sannyasis, you will not find them probably. Every sannyasi is some ashram or the other. That today, that is what it is.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
Any other question? Nothing. Okay. Are you?
Lots of questions are there, Guruji, but I'll ask them later.
No, you can ask anytime. No time constraint.
After I have to listen to the recording again, and only then I'll.
Okay. Right. Hari Om.
Thank you, Guru.
Okay, Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.